I have a SWM Android radio, and I'll give you the model number. This took 35 days to get here. It is GPS navigating, 7-inch screen, can play videos and do whatever your regular Android stuff can do. This thing wasn't packed very well. I didn't put the plastic bag back on it, but other than that, it's just in styrofoam. And this thing looks like it was beaten and bashed around in the mail. Alright. So yeah. The corners and this was the only thing over the screen. But it has all the navigation buttons for Android, TF slot, auxiliary, and a USB. This is the Android 8802. It does come with a remote, some wire harness. Has a camera in, AV, audio out, and the GPS, and it has a white plug here that will have USBs coming out, so you can upload new GPS maps, routes, whatever. It's not that big of a radio. I will be showing what this is like when I have it hooked up, because I am going to pair it with Targa 4-gauge amp wire kit so I can have my 2 subs in the back. We're going to be hooking up these speakers for my sub with the amp, but the amp is a 4-ohm and these speakers are 4-ohm, so I have to hook them together for an 8-ohm difference here. And we don't blow the amp out or anything, plus it can't power them anyway singly. So I'm going to hook this blue wire I got and kind of hook them together. To do that, you have to hook one of the positives on one speaker, which is my left side, to a negative on the right side. So now it's only going to take input from one negative and one positive to the amp. Alright, I'm also going to be hooking up this camera. You got to have the leads go to a reverse light, so I'll be working on that. Have to take this apart and hook it up there, which it also has a yellow video wire, which is hooked into my harness right now. This wire, which has to go to a positive to that reverse light too. So I'll be taking that apart right now and hooking that up. Alright, I got that off there, and there's the reverse light. I thought about tapping in here, or I could just take the bulb out and put the leads in there. I think I might tap into these. Okay, the soldering is done. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to take the dash apart to put the radio in. Then to take the old one out. There is some guides online for Chevy Blazer is the same. You're going to take a bolt out up here. There's one here. One here. Then you pull this off next to the steering column. And there's 2 bolts behind this panel on either side. Then when you pull that back, you can access this. This is just clipped in. Just pull it off. And I'll show you when I get further here. Okay, just for you guys following along with me, there are 2 more right there. And there, one there. It's kind of hidden underneath. And now this is exposed. The bolt there, like I was telling you, and the bolt on this side. And I'm going to take those out now. And now with that all off, this pops out. You can get behind there. And these just kind of clip on. You just take that off. And then there's that. Now you got to try to take these out. You got clips. You pull the plugs out. And then you can pull this whole dash piece off. Now you have access to the dash and to the radio screws. Alright, got the radio out. Hopefully my mounting kit that I got, well, it's kind of like a bezel. Hopefully it has a way to mount this up. And then I just got the standard plug, Bravada 99. And hopefully the new radio has a small antenna wire. So the bezel that I bought comes with some side mount clips, which will put it in the same way as the old one used to be, which was something like this. And clip in and screw down. I'm not sure which way it goes, but we'll figure it out. Alright, for the sub wire, which I just got through, it's right here. I will show you where it came in. On the passenger side of a Bravada Blazer S10, this is where your antenna wire goes in, right underneath your glove box. So now that's in. Okay, you guys, I ran the cords all through the side on the passenger side, which, hold on, let me give you some light. The backup camera wire came out. I got the remote wire and the power wire there. I don't know if it's going to cause any interference with the video, but I got this coming up through here behind the seat, and then it goes into the trim all the way back through here, all the way down, and then through here. And I'm going to go underneath the carpet and put the trim piece back on. And that's all back on. Nothing to it, just a couple clips, and you push it back on, it snaps on. I moved the camera from the license plate to right here, making it less obvious that I have it on there. The terminal ready for hooking up to the battery for the power sub. And now I'm going to move this amp over to this side and get the ground wire on it, the remote wire on it, and the power wire on it. I ran the RCA jacks up through this center right here, because there's a crack right there in the carpet. Went behind this seat here. It goes back into the trim on this side, and then all the way to the back. And I'm going to make it go right to this switch, which will be able to change the volume of the subwoofer. And that's going to be routed right up into here. So right now I'm just working on backing this up a little bit, which all these screws on this are 7mm. You can actually drop the cord down there. So that's what I'm working on right now. Alright, to kind of recap what's going on here, I got this in here, threaded through to go to my sub volume. From there, the blue wire goes to the sub amp under here, and then back to the back to the side door trim. The backup wire is ran, the remote wires ran, and the 12 volts to the amp are ran through the passenger side. The radio has a small antenna, so I'm going to go out today and buy the adapter. It's a mini, I need a normal size, so the only other thing I can do now is run the GPS antenna and hook up the USB port that goes on there. So I'm going to work on that now. Just so you guys know how I'm fishing these through, I'm using a hanger and using some duct tape and duct taping the end of the plugs to the hanger. There is a hole behind the ashtray back in here that I'm putting the hanger through, pulling it through, and it goes right to the radio. So that will let me have my USB port down here, adhesive it down here or something. That way I can access the GPS and update it, whatever. So now that plug is ready for the radio. Alright, the GPS wires ran. It's right here, little gold connector. And I got it zip stripped to this dash square where one of the pegs goes in. Hopefully it'll still fit. And then got the GPS antenna right there. And where that's sitting is where the Bravada logo is. So there's nothing behind it. so that shouldn't even matter that it's in there. So hopefully it gets good signal there. So some more final routing with some wires. I put the data port for the GPS in there, and that volume switch, I'll get a better picture of it in a minute. And the way I'm putting this stuff up is this Gorilla mounting tape. It's a real bitch to cut through. What you gotta do is just kind of snip fast and it'll cut it. And also getting this non-sticky side off, that's kind of a pain in the ass. But it's supposed to hold up to 15 pounds. Those little things should stay up there for a long damn time. Alright, I got it in there finally. Them pieces don't work with a fuck, so I had to cut the other ends off, backside, and just use these. And the way I found out which way these mounting brackets would actually work is by looking at the old radio. And now I got everything hooked up. Like I said, I would tell you that this is mounted there with that Gorilla mounting tape. And that's still mounted there. And I got the GPS now mounted up here. We'll see how that goes, and I'll hook up the dash. This is where I grounded my amp. Kind of sanded that down, cut the carpet back a little bit. It's where a bracket goes on for this thing to fall back when you pull the seat back. It's nice and hidden. When you have the seat up, you're not going to see it. And it should work for a good ground. Well, I finally fucking got it. I had a whole big problem with the damn terminal, and I also had to change the whole bolt on the positive side because it was too short. But it is working now. This is a touch screen. And go back. This is the 8802 SWM. It's got radio, GPS, Bluetooth, AVN, and music. The only thing I didn't like, and this is an aftermarket reverse camera, it kind of looks like shit. But I wondered if it's because I got the power line next to the video AV. I don't know if it's that, or if it's just because it can't handle low lighting. Got it installed, got the video working. Grounded out the pink wire to the ground to the radio, and that's how it works. You can put it in park, drive, or whatever. There it's in drive, and I still got video. So I tried using that Gorilla mounting square stuff. It does not work very good. It comes right off. This is kind of what I was looking for. I had the 3M version of it before, but this duck version works pretty good. I recently just put that back on with that stuff, and I haven't had a problem with it moving at all. That should mount that a lot better. The Gorilla one couldn't hold this either, so I'm going to work on that. And there's that one. I think the foam just helps hold it up there way better than just having a solid square. So we'll see if that holds. I'll let you guys know. But that's kind of what I wanted in the first place. Okay. The first amp I showed you, shit out on me in 3 days, was a piece of crap. I think it had bad solder connections on it. It's right here, actually. And I bitched at them, and I got my money back for it. So I got this one now. So this one does 2 channels, and they're pumping 300 watts a piece each speaker. So that should be a hell of a lot better. So what I did was mount this down to this panel that lays down when you put the seat down. Now I know it's going to be close to the speakers, but I can move the speakers forward more so it's not hitting this and vibrating on it. So that should be alright. I'm going to hook all this up now. So I got all the wires connected now. Now I'm going to hook them to the speaker box. For this install, I used the Scosche UAA3 antenna adapter, which was actually cheaper than the specific adapter. This is the bezel I used. It was a GMK 422 mounting kit. I used this wire harness. Just says mobile on it. And it is a CC 2013A for General Motors 1994 and up. This is the sub-volume controller, IMC LC1A. The Targa kit. There's a 4-gauge series, and I will have links on it below to buy the stuff if you want it for yours. Thank you for watching.